Well, I did decide I'd come back on this moment just to show a few more littler things I'm doing. I do think at this moment we will see if this silver paint is going to turn up. And yes, sure enough, it has. So we are going to use that to paint the little star that is on the wand. And see, you can see where it is now. And we've got little bits of paint things to take care of that with, and so we've got to put it on and kind of make it so it'll shine. And that's the little part that kind of gets a little square in one area and triangular in another, and we got the little shape in there. Make it so it's going to kind of shine a little light into us, and then we're going to be taking it a little further. As you see, we got a little star there. We kind of know one little thing here. Take a little star on this other one and shine its light in here. And so I say that it's just the way it's going to come out in the end, making it so it's going to brighten a little days in us. And so we will see that come true for sure. And I think we're going to take a little moment to do another little special thing. I think I'm going to come back, go rinse out this brush, and come back and do a little gold. And as for now, I don't know where, well, yeah, here he is over here, but I do think it would be a good moment that we take out a little gold paint like we have here and decide that we're going to take that and paint the rod with that. The rod that the star is on. So kind of come along and make a little place here where we make this little place in the wood where we make the little rod come down and brighten its light into us. And oh, the way we see, all the things we see, it's like, oh, the time and work that comes into what we do. I say, this little time and this little light, we're going to brighten this little area in here to make the poor thing see its pitiful ways and come by and take care of what we need to take care of, and when it comes in the end. And so that's what we're doing along here. There might even, looks like there's a place where a little bit of gold came off on the white mustache, but that is something that in our own spare time away from the camera can be easily fixed. You know, the star is not that big a thing, so it is easy to paint around, though it is still wet. And so we kind of make this little line in here, and it always just makes me think, for one thing, about the Christmas star and that VeggieTales thing about where, you know, where there was a little, they were looking for a star, but they ended up finding the turtle instead. It was a prop for a Christmas show, and some of the main characters on there, they ended up getting arrested on Christmas or getting arrested around Christmas time for supposedly stealing the star prop to the play when what they really took was the turtle. So that's a little funny little idea we got there, and how, Phil Vischer just put little hoax in there like that. That was just a neat little way to do it, a neat little way to make it out. And so, as for how it comes, it works its way through to us. I do also see a little possibility that there's probably some kind of a little tan paint in here we could use to paint the goodie sack, but I do believe, that there's probably a lot of options we have, so I would look for it, but it turns out that, well, or better yet, I think I'm going to turn this off to go see if I can find that. Well, I'll tell you all that what I ended up finding was Mississippi mud colored paint, which I'd say it's not the golden tan like I was looking for, but it's a very doable type of tan. So I could say it would be good that we use this to paint the little goodie sack, because at least it's tan, so it would make good for a goodie sack to go and make its way into us and brighten us for our future times and future days and our future present. And in this little work, I say, this is how we get old Ukrainian claws to come out. It's going to be quite a lovely day for us, and I say that this is going to be good to cheer on for people in Ukraine, because it's going to be good for this Santa to be coming with his toys for the people. And I would always hope of all things that Russia leaves, that Vladimir Putin and them can give up on them, because it's just kind of a little bit of a threat to them. And I mean, I tell you, ever since World War II, there hadn't been another attack on Europe until it was then. So I say that this kind of thing is working its way into us, and I'm finally getting to where I finally find a little stocky hole in there, and then I finally get down to where I place a little work down into the little holes in there. They're kind of a little bit getting harder to reach into, and we finally gotta get well into them, and see how we're gonna go about this. But I do want to share that this time around is getting about to the point where the goodie sack is finally about to be completely painted. And so, as for that little bit of work, we finally got that much done. We're going to sit him right here, and we're going to paint the goodie sack on the other little Ukrainian Santa as well, and take little gentle strokes of the brush along the way where we do this sort of thing, and try to get the places in where we're going to need the most work to be done, the best work to come out. And so it's all just going to be a little brighter to us in the end when we all get done with the work we are doing. And I say, we gotta hope for one thing. While there's not much I can do, I'm sure that there are people out there who are doing a lot for Ukraine, and I pray for them. There's probably not much I really having my hands to do physically for them, but I pray for them, and when you pray, God works. So I'd say it's just a good thing that there's people out there doing what they can to support them, and by painting these, I'm just kind of painting it as a little statue of significance of them. And so it's going to kind of be the thing where when the work comes at its end, it's going to work its way to us, and I hope by then, we all will just see a little more light come this way into us and make us all a little brighter for our days and for our people and for our own knowledge. I say there's kind of how the work has come along. We got the little goodie sack in here and all the little extra details we needed. I'd say that there's probably a place or two where we need to go back and fix old little things on those gloves, I say, and how we take care of this is something that it's unknowledgeable how to know what to do here when we go about this work, but it's all just kind of things that see its way into us and brighten us to a better future in life, and seeing little things we do to make our knowledge come out and show our truth in us and find our ways in us, and kind of like see how we're gonna work a way to make a little profit into our work, and then kind of show how it's going to come of the way it does, and see little bright lights come into us, and we're going to shine a little lighter and shine a little brighter and make better days of us, make better days of old, and then all this work in the end, it's going to come out as good as it needs to be to make it so we will see everything as it comes and goes and makes its way to us. And in this place we finally got to where we got the paint done, most of it the way it needs to be, but we'll kind of try to keep up with a little bit more as we just move along a little bit. I'll tell you what, I do see a place where the gold needs a little bit of a touch up, where it kind of got a little bit taken over by the blue, and we've got some things here that we take care of as well, and when the work shall come along, it shall be greater to us, and see a little lighter ways in our ways, and see us so that we can do all the more so much better. Hoping that I didn't get too much blue mixed in with this gold so it ruins it, but do think or come to think of it, I got the brushes mixed up. The one that was in the Mississippi mud, I took over the gold, so I'm gonna have to close this video up, and well, I'm getting my tops mixed up now and take care of that. So I'm gonna take a little break here to fix a thing or two and then be back on. And I do want to say now that after kind of trying to fix things and not being able to recover it, it turned out that the gold mixed with the Mississippi mud actually made it a little bit better. Kind of gave it a little bit of a darker, shinier rod. Maybe that's good for it. Maybe that's what it needs. Thank you for watching.